From behind-the-scenes development drama to fan-driven character selections and story development. In this video, we're diving deep into one of SNK's boldest moves, the making of the King of Fighters 97. We'll break down how changing the game's mechanics not only paid off, but also set the stage for one of the most epic conclusions in fighting game history. So if you're a fan of the King of Fighters or fighting games in general, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the history of your favorite games. Now let's jump right into the history of the King of Fighters 97. The massive gamble that SNK took with the King of Fighters 96 by altering gameplay and mechanics from previous entries paid off tremendously. Not only did the game sell well, but it also propelled the King of Fighters series to unprecedented levels of popularity. However, as the King of Fighters became an annualized series, the next chapter was already in the planning stages. And by this time, the King of Fighters had become a global phenomenon, spawning music CDs, mangas, and even live stage performances, captivating players with its evolving story and intricate gameplay systems. Behind the scenes, however, the development team faced internal shifts. Masanori Kawasashi, a veteran of the series, stepped away after the production of the King of Fighters 96, marking a pivotal change in the team's direction. Kawasashi realized that with the series' annualized nature, it was becoming creatively stifling. Fearing a sense of repetition, he opted to leave before being stuck in a creative loop. His departure also followed by Shinichi Shimizu, another key figure at SNK who transitioned to work on the exclusive RPG Shinsetsu Samurai Spirit's Bushido Retsuden, or as it is known in the West, Samurai Showdown RPG. Shimizu later left SNK entirely, teaming up with Kawasashi and the King of Fighters 94 director at Sikyo to develop the versus fighter Daraku Tenshi. The monumental task of concluding the Orochi Saga then fell into the capable hands of Toyohisa Tanabe, the last remaining member of the original King of Fighters 94 core team. Tanabe was promoted to direct the King of Fighters 97 and later its sequel, the King of Fighters 98. His leadership was instrumental in shaping the future of the series, continuing to balance characters and fulfilling his role from previous titles. However, he also took on the added responsibility of crafting the ongoing story and developing new characters to keep the King of Fighters series fresh and innovative.
About to begin. The King of Fighters 97. Story moves forward by destiny.
Tanabe and his team knew that they needed to culminate the entire plot points from the King of Fighters 94, 95, and 96 in the new game and make it in a way that exceeds all expectations. Fans were expecting to learn the identity of the true villains of the saga as Oroshi's resurrection was looming. But concluding the first saga meant introducing the proper new and returning characters that would feed the great narrative of the series. Tanabe collaborated with various gaming magazines such as Weekly Famitsu, Gamest, and Neo Geo Freak, polling readers for input on character choices and ideas. Readers were invited to vote for their favorite characters, and the results would decide who made the new game's roster cut. Famitsu's readers crowned Ryuji Yamazaki as their pick, while Billy Khan took the top spot in Neo Geo Freak. Blue Mary narrowly claimed victory in Gamest's poll, edging out Fatal Fury's Duck King by just a handful of votes. In addition to the official team lineup, the three magazines also took the opportunity to create their own fantasy teams, which players would see an image of after beating the game in the Japanese version. Neo Geo Freak's team featured a trio of fire wielders, Billy Khan, Kusanagi, and Mai Shiranui. Gamist assembled a classic Fatal Fury squad of Terry Bogard, Blue Mary, and Joe Higashi. Famitsu, and in a more offbeat choice, created a team of Chen Kohen, Choi Bangi, and Yamazaki. Interestingly, even though Blue Mary had two existing designs from her appearances in Fatal Fury 3 and Real Bout, her designer opted to use her original Fatal Fury 3 look for the King of Fighters 97, feeling that it was the stronger of the two. Meanwhile, Yamazaki's inclusion had a deeper narrative purpose. With the need to complete the group of the 8 Orochi servants, the Hakeshu, the developers felt Yamazaki with his snake-like persona was a fitting addition, rather than adding another new character to the roster. To adapt him for the King of Fighters, new moves were created for Yamazaki, though these initially faced criticism before eventually being embraced by the team. Another brand new team to join the King of Fighters universe is the New Faces team. Their introduction was another key decision. This trio of Chris, Shermie, and Yashiro was designed to serve as counterparts to the hero team. Chris wielded fire like Kyo, Shermie controlled lightning like Benimaru, and Yashiro's imposing size mirrored Goro Daimon. Chris in particular, who almost made it as a member of the roster in previous game, was set up as the final boss Oroshi's new vessel from early in development. Although the team initially considered giving Chris black flames, these flames of darkness were difficult to see on screen, leading to the now iconic purple flames. The boss Oroshi's final design also underwent changes. Early concepts envisioned him as a fully naked Chris fighting with a glowing energy orb. But after poor feedback in internal surveys, they settled on the final form we know today. KOF 97 was also the first game to introduce single-entrant characters not affiliated with the team. While many fans speculated on who the very popular Iori Yagami would team up with in this new game, SNK surprised everyone by revealing that Iori would be a single entrant. Along with Iori, a brand new character would also fall into the single entry category, Shingo Yabuki, a character that was planned for the previous game but, due to time constraints, was pushed to the sequel. During the development of the King of Fighters 97, the team wanted to balance the dark and intense storyline of the Orochi Saga with some levity. This desire led to the creation of Shingo, a character meant to lighten the mood and offer a bit of comic relief. Drawing from popular anime tropes, especially those centered around school rivalries, Shingo was designed to bring a light-hearted energy to the roster. The developers envisioned Shingo as a perfect foil to Kyo Kusanagi, the series' main hero. While Kyo embodies the role of the powerful and confident protagonist, Shingo was intended to be the opposite, a simple and plain everyday guy. He wasn't meant to steal the spotlight, but rather serve as a more relatable character, someone less polished and heroic. His introduction was planned to reflect this, with the idea that Shingo would be marketed on a smaller, less prominent scale compared to the more established characters. However, despite their efforts to keep Shingo's presence low-key, he quickly became more prominent than originally intended. His silhouette appeared in pre-release promotions, sparking curiosity and excitement among fans. Instead of being a modest addition, Shingo became a hyped-up character before the game's release, gaining more attention than the developers had anticipated. A new idea that was planned from the early stages of the game was to include a dark evil version of two popular characters, Iori and Leona. This was the reason these two characters were included in the King of Fighters 96 Game Boy version, as we have previously mentioned. Orochi Iori was originally intended to be the game's final boss, appearing after the player defeated the New Faces team in their Orochi forms. However, the developers eventually made him a mid-boss, reserving Orochi as the true final battle. The decision to include Orochi Iori initially caused some hesitation, with the staff worried about fan reactions. Yet the gamble paid off, especially when location tests revealed shocked and excited responses from female fans. To further deepen the narrative, Leona was also given an Orochi form as a mid-boss if the player had Iori on their team, providing additional paths and surprises for the player to discover.
Round 1. Ready, go!
And speaking of different versions of existing characters, Kyo also had a hidden version in the King of Fighters 97. In the King of Fighters 96, several moves from Kyo were changed in order to adapt him to the new gameplay system. However, the original moveset was still popular among gamers, and as such, an alternative version of Kyo was added to the King of Fighters 97. Dubbed EX Kyo, this version brought back the fiery projectiles as well as his Oburuguma triple kick attack. Naturally, a number of designs were prepared for potential new characters, but were abandoned for different reasons.
For the answer they found that their fate was just bloody coincidence. It shall be clear as these powers will be useful. Now, the fourth phase is about to begin.
Graphically, the King of Fighters 97 used the same sprites that were redrawn during the King of Fighters 96 development. The stages in this game, however, all celebrated the King of Fighters as a sort of festival event, and for the first time in the series, the game stages were not tied to the roster teams. Music also saw a major change, with only a few team members having their own music themes. The developers wanted the player to hear the stage sounds as if they were truly present spectating a real-life King of Fighters tournament.
KO! Perfect! Yes! Winner is Andy!
In terms of gameplay, SNK took the new mechanics introduced in the King of Fighters 96, built on them, and separated them into two distinct playstyles that the player could choose from: Advanced and Extra. The Advanced mode brought a more aggressive and strategic approach to battles, building on the King of Fighters 96 new mechanics. Players could use the roll-in mechanic to quickly evade or close in on opponents, setting up opportunities to build their POW gauge through special moves. The gauge filled up as fighters performed specials or took damage, with multi-hit attacks accelerating its growth. Once full, a power stock was earned, represented by a flashing green orb. Up to 3 stocks could be stored, and each one unlocked the ability to unleash powerful desperation moves. But that is not all. Having at least 1 stock allowed the player to activate the Max mode, a mechanic that would become a series-defining staple. In this mode, the player's attacks dealt extra damage, while also taking less damage from the opponent. The mode was timed, and while it was active, and the player had additional stock saved, they could unleash an even more devastating super desperation move, dealing up to twice the damage of the standard version. Making it a powerful tool for turning the tide of battle. Once Max mode ended, the character reverted to normal but retained any unused stocks. The second gameplay mode is Extra mode. This mode draws inspiration from the defensive mechanics of the King of Fighters 94 and 95, emphasizing calculated evasion and power management. Players could use the classic dodge mechanic to evade incoming attacks, while the power charging ability lets them manually build up the POW gauge. As fighters took damage or blocked enemy attacks, the gauge would gradually fill, with multi-hit attacks and combos speeding up this process. Similar to previous King of Fighters games, charging the gauge left the player exposed to counterattacks. Once the gauge maxed out, it flashes the word maximum, boosting the fighter's offensive capabilities for a limited time. During this heightened state, players could unleash their character's signature desperation move. The maxed gauge offered only a brief window of increased attack power. Similar to the previous titles, in this mode, when the character's life gauge fell below 20%, it starts flashing orange, allowing desperation moves to be performed indefinitely, even without a full gauge. If both the life gauge was low and the POW gauge was full, a devastating super desperation move could be executed, delivering up to twice the damage of the regular version. While a full POW gauge drained quickly when built through damage or blocking, using the power charger gave players more time in its max state before it emptied. To allow new players and those interested in the lore of the characters to understand the relationship between the growing size of the roster, SNK implemented a fun feature to clarify how each member feels about the other: social relations. In the order select screen, the player could hold down the start button to see smiley icons that depicted character relationships. These icons identified whether teammates would help by calling off a backup attack in both advanced and extra modes. The character relations directly reflected on the team member's order you designated. A happy smiley face meant the two characters were on friendly terms. If undefeated, they would always help in a backup attack. A neutral smiley meant the two characters were indifferent to each other. If undefeated, they might or might not help in a backup attack. An angry face meant the two characters despised each other. Even if undefeated, they would never assist with a backup attack. This feature, though not widely understood at the time, reflected how much SNK and the King of Fighters developers team cared about the lore. Returning from the previous game and taken to the next level are the special intros between characters that have relationships in the game's lore. And speaking of the lore, the King of Fighters 97 was the culmination of the Orochi Saga, which began with the King of Fighters 94. The stadium destruction incident that took place at the end of the King of Fighters 96 tournament was officially reported as a terrorist attack by an unknown group whose motives and whereabouts remained a mystery. Despite this, the King of Fighters 96 tournament was a massive media and commercial success. Major corporations raced to sponsor the next iterations of the now famous tournament, leading to the announcement of the King of Fighters 97. As expected, many teams from the previous tournaments made their return. While some are joining for glory or fame, others are hoping for answers, such as the Ikari Warriors, as Leona Hayden has been suffering from unexplained headaches and hallucinations. Along with returning teams, new ones were also making their debut, like the new women fighters team with now Chizuru Kagura joining Mayan King, as she felt that the awakening of Orochi is near and hopes to convince Kyo and Iori to join her in her battle to save the universe. Another new team that joined the event for the first time is one made of newcomers Yashiro Nanakaze, Chris, and Shermie. This new team was not originally invited to the King of Fighters 97. The trio, known as CYS, are a popular music band. While they were getting ready to perform in a show, the club owner cancelled their appearance at the last minute in favor of booking a jazz show featuring Iori Yagami. Furious at the man with the red hair, as Yashiro calls him, they decided to steal a tournament invitation from the American sports team and entered the King of Fighters 97 in order to have the revenge. As for Iori, the Yagami heir also has been suffering from headaches and hallucinations similar to Leona. He was also being hunted by Vice and Mature, whom he previously slain at the end of the King of Fighters 96, mocking him for being unable to have his revenge on Kyo. All these events made Iori decide to enter the tournament, but as a single entry contestant. This also marks the first time in the team-based tournament history where single contestants were accepted. And on the subject of single entrant contestants, another unknown would-be fighter decides to join the event. Having watched the King of Fighters 96 on television and realizing that his schoolmate Kyo Kusanagi is a famed fighter and champion, the young Shingo Yabuki decides to become a pupil of Kusanagi despite the latter refusing. Having learned Kyo's moves by watching him every day, Shingo also enters the King of Fighters 97. The tournament has started, and again, countless exciting battles took place, with many of them receiving worldwide media coverage. During the tournament, however, the unexpected has happened. The New Faces team made of Yashiro, Chris, and Shermie suddenly remember their true nature. They are members of the Hakeshu, specifically the Four Heavenly Kings, along with the now deceased leader Genitz, the final boss of the previous game. Once their past memories regained, they used the tournament to draw enough power from the contestants in order to finally awaken the long dormant Orochi. Around the same time, Kyo finally confronts Iori in what would seem to be the fight of their lives. Iori entered in a rage state, one that will be known as the Riot of the Blood. Similarly, Leona also finds herself in the same uncontrolled rage, as it turns out that she also has the blood of Orochi, as her true late father, Gaidel, was a reformed Hakeshu. As for Iori, having awakened from the Riot of the Blood, decides to accept Chizuru's call to team up with her and Kyo and form the Sacred Treasures team to stop Yashiro, Chris, and Shermie from reviving Orochi. The Sacred Treasures team took on the three Heavenly Kings, who revealed their plan to sacrifice Kyo's girlfriend, Yuki, in order to revive the dormant deity. An intense battle between the two teams took place. The power generated by the unprecedented battle helped Orochi awaken from his slumber, yet the energy was not enough for the demon to have a physical form. Seeing that there is no other choice, Yashiro and Shermie sacrificed their lives in order to transfer their life energy into Chris, who would be used as the vessel for Orochi's return. The demon that terrorized the world 1800 years ago is back. Orochi, with his full power, is now ready to destroy humanity as he always wanted. But history repeats itself, and a battle unlike anything seen before took place, as the three descendants of the Kusanagi, Yasakani, and Yata joined forces and defeated the demon, just as their ancestors once did. Orochi, sensing his defeat, awakens the Riot of the Blood in Iori, hoping that he will turn on Kyo and Chizuru. But instead, Iori Yagami was able to control his rage and directed it towards Orochi. As Yagami jumps on the demon and grabs him by the neck, Kyo suddenly gets a vision as he hears the voices of many of the Yasakani clan, Iori's ancestors, explaining the history behind the Yagami and the connection to Orochi. Kyo then uses the opportunity created by Iori and gives Orochi a final death blow, as Chizuru uses her Yata powers to reseal Orochi once again. A massive explosion took place, and the three warriors lost consciousness. Orochi is finally defeated, but upon waking up, Chizuru finds Iori, yet there was no sign of Kyo. The King of Fighters 97 was released in Japanese arcades on July 28, 1997. It was later ported first to the Neo Geo AES on September 25th, followed by the Neo Geo CD on October 30th.
Round 1. Lady, go!
A Sega Saturn version released on March 26, 1998, requiring the same 1 MB cartridge used by the King of Fighters 96. Similar to previous releases, the King of Fighters 97 also saw a PlayStation version exclusive to Japan. That was released on May 28th of 1998. A Sega Saturn Best Collection version was released on October 1st, 1998, featuring new cover art and a lower price.
蹴りをつけようぜ、ヤガミ。貴様の死をもってな。レディー、ゴー！本物の格闘を求める全てのゲームファンに送る最後の決戦。あのバトル、あの興奮、あのリアルなファイティングシーンが帰ってきた。The King of Fighters 97 SNK.
Unlike the King of Fighters 95 and 96, KOF 97 did not receive a Game Boy port from Takara. One major reason was SNK's impending release of a portable console the following year, the Geo Pocket, with plans to launch the device alongside the popular King of Fighters title. The King of Fighters 97 then received a special port on the Geo Pocket in 1998 known as the King of Fighters R1. This portable version of the King of Fighters 97 took inspiration from the old Takara Game Boy releases by portraying the characters in the lovable super deformed form. The gameplay of the King of Fighters R1 was similar to KOF 97, with both the extra and advanced playstyle available as well as all the special and super moves of the game's roster. Speaking of roster, and like the King of Fighters 97, which offered a large number of characters, due to the Geo Pocket's limitation, the King of Fighters R1 offered 5 teams of 3 characters in addition to 2 single-entry fighters, Shingo and Leona. Orochi versions of Iori, Leona, and the New Faces team were also present as hidden characters. Upon its release, the King of Fighters 97 received rave reviews from publications worldwide. In the West, AllGame, one of the first video games news websites, praised the presentation of the game, calling it the best in the series and also labeling KOF 97 as one of the best in the 2D fighting genre. In Japan, Game Machine magazine listed the King of Fighters 97 on their September 1st, 1997 issue as being the second most successful arcade game of the month. By August 98, the King of Fighters 97 had shipped 50,000 arcade sets in Japan and an additional 100,000 overseas, the highest number among Neo Geo games at the time. According to Famitsu, the AES version of the game sold over 19,000 copies in its first week on the market. While the King of Fighters 97 did not receive any manga adaptation, the title did receive an official light novel by Akihiko Ureshino. Ureshino's work was so revered by fans in SNK that the author would eventually work on helping craft the King of Fighters storylines from the King of Fighters 96 up to the King of Fighters 13. While there was no manga, a Chinese manhwa depicting the events of the King of Fighters 97, albeit in over-the-top manner, was released in China. Despite the challenges faced during development, SNK succeeded in delivering an unforgettable conclusion to the Orochi Saga, with the introduction of new gameplay mechanics and a fusion of fan-driven ideas. The King of Fighters 97 became a testament to SNK's dedication to keeping the series at the forefront of fighting game world. Following the release of the King of Fighters 97, SNK had already hired a third-party company, Yumekobo, to work on a King of Fighters 97 RPG game, the title of which was decided to be the King of Fighters Kyo. Check out the video link on top and in the description to learn about the history of the obscure King of Fighters Kyo RPG. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Big shout out to the channel's Patreon and premium subscribers for making this content possible and supporting the channel. Because of your support, I'm able to work on more documentaries and lore videos. Consider becoming a Patreon or a premium subscriber. Link to Patreon is in the description, while you can become a premium subscriber by pressing the join button below this video. Patrons and premium subscribers receive early access to videos and exclusive goodies. Now until next time, thank you guys for watching.
KO!